Nicktoons Racing is a racing game featuring characters from different Nicktoons. I know, shocker. It was released on many different platforms, but today we'll be looking at the Gameboy Color version. It's a top-down racing game, and a very simple one too. You push A to go, left and right to steer, and that's it. The controls are good enough, I think. You can randomly find power-ups that might make you go faster, slow down the clock, and not much else. The game's tracks are pretty narrow and winding, and they all kind of feel the same. But they do look nice, and there's a decent number of them. Character sprites look a little bit rough, but at least you can tell who everybody is supposed to be. Features characters from Rugrats, Spongebob, Hey Arnold, the Wild Thornberrys, Catdog, and Angry Beavers. The sound in this game is not very good. There's only one song that you hear during races, and it sounds oddly depressing for some reason. There's also not very many sound effects other than the sound of your engine, which you will get tired of very quickly. The game only features two modes in it. You have a quick race mode, which is kind of self-explanatory, and then you have a championship mode, where you just race over and over until you get bored and shut off the game. I don't know if this mode is supposed to ever end, but I played 12 races in a row and there was no indication that it would ever stop. The game's passwords are 24 letters long, which is awful. The game is also fairly buggy. I noticed AI getting completely stuck, races starting before the countdown even finished, and giant black voids in the middle of the track. The walls in this game do not slow you down at all. In fact, I've managed to win races by only holding down A and doing nothing else, because the walls will just guide you where you need to go, even if you don't steer. This game is not very difficult most of the time, because the AI is pretty bad. You have a time limit for each race, but it's usually pretty generous. However, there was a time or two when I ran out of time before I was even close to being finished. Overall, I do actually think this would be a decent game for little kids. It controls fairly well, the game is very simple, and it's pretty easy. But if you're not a kid, then I don't think I would recommend it, because it's got some big issues with it, and it's just not very exciting.